What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another show. On today's episode, we will be talking about the Unborn Child Act or Unborn Child Bill. There's a bunch of things going on today in this world. And the idea of having a family, raising your family without the notions of incentives and all this stuff for the grass is greener in your American dream. You know, you're trying to build your house, build your family, have your governance of your land without interference. And it's just not possible. Today, the world we live in today, let's just get into it. I mean, everybody has their own ideas. Some people do not support the traditional family. And I'm just going to be straightforward, some of the things that they do not support the traditional family and support male and female creation. And if there is male and female creation, it must be controlled. So we have Republicans push pro-family, pro-mother policies in wake of Dobbs ruling. All right. The GOP Senator Cassidy says being pro-life means being pro-mother and pro-family. Republicans are trying to win over suburban women and moderate voters after backing the Supreme Court's decision in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, which returned the abortion issue back to the states. So here we got it. They proposed a legislation called the Unborn Child Support Act. The Unborn Child Support Act, which would allow expecting mothers to collect child support payments while they are pregnant. Caring for the well-being of our children begins long before a baby is born, Kramer said in a statement announcing the proposal. It begins at the first moment of life, conception, and fathers have obligations, financial and otherwise, during pregnancy. Mothers should be able to access child support payments as soon as she is supporting a child. Our bill makes this possible. Now, he is right. Fathers do have the obligation, financial and otherwise, in a traditional family or traditional home, right? That means the government are supporting traditional, but what's going on is not traditional. Fathers, come on. Come on. Fathers, come on. Fathers really having the control? All right, you have obligations of financial and otherwise. See, there's obligation financial and otherwise. Financial and otherwise. Look, financial and otherwise. When you're becoming a father, you think about food, clothing, shelter, security. That is what the father traditionally thinks about. But we don't have women who are supporting traditional values and traditional ideas. We don't live in a system where fathers are making a substantial amount of financial money more than the other parent, which is the mom you choose to have a child with. That's traditional. We are not living in a traditional United States of America. I didn't know we went back. I thought we were looked at as bad for being on our traditional values. There are parents today who are same-sex, who are transgender, who are people raising children. How will this play in? How is this going to take an effect? We're going to talk about all this, because if you have mothers accessing child support payments as soon as she's supporting a child, the man As soon as she is supporting a child, the man has no say on any of that process once the conception process comes into effect. He has no right to her medical records. He has no right to that child's information while the child is inside of her. He's granted access with the mother. And in a lot of cases, there are people who don't even know who the father is. Who is deciding to do that? Let's get back into this. Kramer among 11 to introduce Unborn Child Support Act. North Dakota Senator Kevin Kramer is among a group of 11 Republicans to introduce the Unborn Child Support Act, which would allow mothers to receive child support payments while they are pregnant. Yeah! Hey, the act would give courts the ability to award child support payments to mothers. It would also do the following. Requires judges to consult with mothers on payment plans and gives mothers discretion as to whether or not child support payments will be awarded retroactively. So they want to know, is that money going, when that money going to come in? When is the money? Where is the money? Now you want to know why the state wants to coerce with the mothers? Because it's all about the mother. Look, who else you going to listen to? The state, regardless. She's been doing it this whole time. So this is a new episode. This is the new episode. Look, they have abortions that they give people without you actually going to a clinic. They have those that are already, that's the new form of science, of pharmaceuticals that are coming out as a rebuttal to what they're doing with Roe vs. Wade. Now this is something else. So this man has no say-so at all whether that baby lives or dies. He has no say-so at all if he's named the father. I know we remember MAURY. Y'all remember MAURY? Hey, let's get back. Mandates that all paternity tests be at the discretion of the mother and not be conducted if the test would put the child at risk. So if she don't really, if it turns out, look, how can you file? You know how if you go to a health service, right, and you get a charge and you can file for reimbursement. There's no such thing as that in these situations. Why? Because they don't think about it in full. Because it affects the father. It affects the man. There are a lot of men who are on child support and who are not even biologically the father. There are a lot of men who find out they are not biologically the father while they're in marriages over a course of time of them providing and being there for that child. Oh, that's still your child. You was a part of their life. That's your child. But biologically, though, you know, traditionally, if we really get back to tradition, the way y'all talking about tradition, I mean, how does this work? We're gonna get to that one afterwards. Let's keep reading. Caring for the well-being. This is where we're at. Caring for the well-being of our children begins long before a baby is born. It begins at the first moment of life, conception, and fathers have obligate. This is what we just read. We just read that one. On to the next. On to the next. On to the next. Let's see what's on this one. But I'll just get to it. What about sperm banks? Huh? What about sperm banks? Sperm banks, go down to the sperm bank. Yo, shorty, go down to the sperm bank, get pregnant, and name such and such as the father. Get the bread, girl. And in that case, once he start paying, he already showing that he financially wants to support this child. So even if he's not the father, we gonna keep him in the system. She went to the sperm bank. This stuff been going on for years, and there are men who are really fed up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, you want to know why the man say he going to get some cigarettes and never come back? Not everything is perfect for anybody, but if you keep pushing the man away and keep pushing the man away, that's what you're gonna have, sperm banks. That's where you're gonna have to go to get a child. You better be ready to look at a sheet. Look, you people that's forcing this idea and forcing this issue that all men are bad and all men don't want to be there for their child, and these are systems that need to be in place. Okay, well the next step for the system is make sure you have the sheet where she go into the sperm bank and get that daggone injection. She got an injection appointment. Then they already got that man's DNA and his information. They can track that man down. And y'all can handle that just like that. And he's like, yo, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. But now you have people that are actually getting together, going through things in their relationship, and you have incentives for them to fail. You have these different programs, incentives for them to fail. New post, the money that man's supposed to be using for his family, he got to give to the state. State take their cut and they get a woman her little percentage, and she's sitting around like, and he's like, well, I paid you, get out of my face, yo. I ain't got time for this. I'm building over here. You don't want to build. I still got to build what I'm building. You ain't a part. I already know how you are. So that's who you get the money. That's what it is. I just got to work twice as hard and do all this other stuff. Nobody care about me type man walk around these type parts around here in these days. Those type men walking around all over the place. Seen a bunch of men going through it. New post row bill in Senate would send child support payments to pregnant moms. Congressional Republicans filed legislation Wednesday that would allow courts to order child support payments to be sent to women while they are pregnant. New bill would allow pregnant women to collect child support. And who the daddy? Who the daddy? Who the daddy be, girl? You know, the judge sitting there, she like, Master, oh, something happened to me. He like, come on, keep talking. Kiss the ring. And she say, oh, Master, you won't believe what happened to me. All this happened to me. All this happened to me. I had nothing to do with it. It was all that. Damn, Master. Hot girl summers. When you got them hot girl summers and you out there having them hot girl summers and you hopping on pogo stick and pogo stick jumping, playing hopscotch on it. She playing hopscotch on the... Who the daddy? Who the daddy? Look, if all we have is women who don't want children and we have to come up with solutions to bribe these women to keep the baby, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't support abortion. Oh, what? But if you decide to do something with your body, that's between you and God. It's free will. I don't support. I'm not going to tell you go down there and go over there and go get your stuff done. That ain't going to come out my mouth. Come on, girl, we ain't going to get this happen. There's been situations where I've been like, you better buy this pill for me. Like rage, like, whew. If you decide to do something with your body, that's between you and God. But I don't support it. We bribing women with Section 8, food stamps, child support, now unborn child support. Well, who the daddy? There are men on child support who ain't even a daddy. If she a home wrecker from the start, she a home wrecker when it part. Ain't no incentive gonna stop the destruction that this woman wants. Because obviously the power is in whose hand? This is what you want, this is what you want. But just be ready to walk down there and look at the sheet and hope you getting that man who you're looking at in the magazine Sperm, who they saying is 6'6", who got this job and everything, but you don't get to meet him. He's just your fantasy because that's in your mind. And you look at him in the comic book section at the health clinic. You know, the other women are going there aborting other men's baby who they actually know, who they want to have child with, but they sway to be doing. And the other women in sitting in the same room. I'm about to get his. I want that one. That's what y'all do. And y'all meet up. Hey girl, how you doing? Yeah, I just left. You know, one was coming out. Well, one's about to go in. Well, one's about to go in. Yeah, go. High five. You know how it be. You can't control. Look, if they wanted to do it, they gonna do it. The incentive programs are destructive to the family. The moral programs, the new level of destruction. The moral programs, the new level of destruction. And this is all fair use. The moral programs, the new level of destruction. I don't care how you look at it. It's the family's responsibility. Now, yes, the man puts his step forward, puts his foot forward. Why? Because traditionally speaking, that's his element. Well, put my foot forward. That's my element. But we live in a world where, that man better put his foot back. There ain't no man rock around here. No, this ain't no sponsorship. This ain't no sponsorship. But I'm serious. Is this the world you want? I think it's sad when I look around and I see a bunch of men in line for a vasectomy. Hey man, I got my vasectomy done. I got my vasectomy done. A bunch of men scared to have children, to pass on their seed in a world that still ain't good enough. It's never gonna be good enough, according to some people. If she wanna get an abortion, she gonna get that abortion whether you tell her to or not. Because that's what she want to do. And trust me, she'll find a way. Because they've been doing it for years. And where do they go? Back then, they would go to the voodoo lady. Because the voodoo lady know all about that. The forbidden lady. Towards the forbidden tribe. Where they walk over there at dark. Just before morning, so they can make it back in time to do their daily chores. Some women died in that moment. Some women were sacrificed. Some women were led astray. Some was used. You have the free will. If you want to be ain't shit, you ain't shit. Ain't no way you can disguise it. You can disguise it around the Most High. The Most High know you ain't shit. What incentive program are you giving an ain't shit person? This is what we doing out here with the money. With the money. With your money, his money, her money, everybody's money. It's going round, going round, going round, supporting the killings in the tummy and the makers in the tummy. We don't even know. Can't even support them. Gotta let them go. They might abort them. Either way, when they come outside, you can't even control them. Matter of fact, rule them and raise them. It's just wrong. But that's the update. That's the update, man. Unborn Child Support Act. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good night.